going on, guys? Roger here, QVO Tactical. In today's video, we are shooting a gun that I've wanted for a long time. If you're a fan of the 1911 platform like I am, then you know that the Kimber Desert Warrior is one of those guns that's up there for wanting to have in your collection. With it coming out in the early 2000s, it was one of the first like FDE tan 1911s that hit the market, and I know back then I wanted one. Now we finally have one. It's here on the channel. Let's get into it. Now, as always, I like to tell you guys how I go about getting products in for review. You may remember from previous videos, we mentioned that we met up with Kimber at a gun industry event last year. There, I met with Everett from their marketing team and was able to start working with them on videos and projects. That being said, I did request that they send out a Kimber Desert Warrior because this is a gun that I've been wanting for a long time. This gun was sent to us free of charge to make this video and for future content, as well as holster fitment, like this QVO Tactical secondary on the waistband holster here. But as always, I want to let you guys know how we get these products, so please keep that in mind as you watch the video. Now let's get into the first rounds. Time for the first rounds out of the Kimber Desert Warrior 45 ACP 1911. As a fan of the 1911 platform, this is definitely one that I've always wanted to get in the collection. We're shooting some Ammo Inc. 230 grain, 10 yards out. Let's see how it does. Definitely notice that recoil. Whew! I'm a little rusty on the 1911 platform. They might, I think I got one Charlie, but yeah, I mean, it feels good. Definitely a little more oomph than you're used to from shooting all these. We just got done filming all the different 9mm double stack 1911 videos, so you're definitely feeling that recoil a lot more, but shoots well. Come back, the front sight just came right back, returned to zero, and I was able to get my next shot off. This one is a threaded barrel model, so yeah, we're gonna shoot some suppressor a little bit, but I'm gonna have Marco and Landon get their first rounds and see what they think. All right, Marco's up for his first rounds. Go for it, bud.
The Kimber Desert Warrior, very near and dear to my heart. It's actually the first gun I ever owned when I was 18, 35 now, so pretty much a boomer gun these days, but you know, 2 world wars back-to-back champs, so. Little 45, it's one hitter quitter right there, allegedly.
Hey, how come it recoiled so much more for me?
Yeah, I think we're shooting too many 9mm these days. Back to man's gun now. Shoots good though. Good old Kimber.
Quite fitting for the gun you're shooting there, Landon.
I would say so. The Kimber Desert Warrior and that bad boy right behind me. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Yeah.
That first one surprised you or what?
Got a little more thump on the first shot and then I started to lock my wrist, but thanks to that thumb cliff, I definitely started tracking true, but definitely a smooth shooting gun. More than the 9mm though that we've been shooting. And you port a lot of guns too, so those are all Ferraris. This is like a muscle car. Like
That's a good way to put it.
You know when you're shooting this gun and it goes off, but
all right, let's all of us will go to the target now and claim our Charlies.
Me, my bad. I'll call right now.
So my Charlie was this guy. What about you guys?
This is all me right here.
So you're the low,
you know,
and then you got the line breaker. Did Landon get all alphas?
Yeah. I'm gonna say I might have got all alphas, but it's getting
power
real.
factor.
Yeah. But with that 45, that bigger diameter, I mean, it'll hit the perf and have a little more forgiveness for you instead of like 9mm or something smaller. But I like the gun. She's pretty smooth. Yeah.
What is it again? The goal is no deltas?
No, yeah, no Charlies. Apparently, Marco was setting me for a higher standard. He said.
No, I think Marco said the goal is all alpha.
All
yeah. Oh yeah. This is the only part of the target you need to care about.
It's so red done on it. It's 2024, bro. Come on, come on.
Bill drills 7 yards out, shooting the Kimber 1911 Desert Warrior. Here we go. Stand by. Woo! Just like a roller coaster, man. Just taking it for a ride. 202. Best split was a 16. And looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 Charlie. So again, in a defensive situation, I'm okay with those. Competition-wise, oh, make that 5, Charlie. So I shot everything left. Man. So with major power factor, Marco, what would I be looking at?
Better scoring. I forgot the point breakdown right now. My brain's fried, but you do get better points for
Gotcha.
deltas.
All right, let's try another one, see if I can get cleaner shots. All right, round 2. Here we go. Stand by. Woo, that felt much better. Time of 2:11. Best foot was a 17 there. So I have a thumb clip installed, and looks like I got, that's a breaker though, line breaker. So all alpha. So we did 2:11 clean, and right here, I'll show you guys. You can get up on here. I got our QVO thumb clip installed with the Surefire X300, and that just allows me to drive that muzzle down. So by doing that, I was able to track that front sight much easier because I felt the recoil and I was just pushing it back down so I could get much cleaner run. I'm gonna go one more time. Third and final, here we go, stand by. Woo! That one, I saw the front sight coming back on the head and I just went with it. So I got one in the neck, one in the head. They're both Charlie though. Line breaker, Charlie, Charlie. So 4 Charlie, 2 alpha there. There's that other line breaker. So I'll stick with the first run. Total time, hey, that was a 188 though. So 2 headshots.
All on paper.
I mean, scoring wise, not ideal. Defensive though, I like that.
45, yeah.
Cool, Marco, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Marco, stand by.
Little trigger freeze.
Got a 267. Best split was a 17. Let's go look.
2 Charlies to the right for sure.
You're always opposite of me. I'm always left. You're always right. So what's that whole thing about like right-handed shooters shooting low and left? Because that was kind of my deal today. So I'm just jerking the crap
Yeah,
out
some
of it.
people just don't grip guns weird, especially Glocks. People just tend to let that left hand loose, so it kind of wants to do this.
Okay.
So depends per shooter. Most common thing is low left for most people. So. But the guns shoot straight. Just do your job. Most of the time.
All right, stand by. Round 2. .238. Best split 19. Yeah, that's all clean.
Yep.
238, all alpha. All right, you gonna burn it down this one?
We'll see. 45. It's a little. I usually shoot to the sights, so when the sight settles, I'll try to pull the trigger again, but we'll see.
Stand. .237. That's what we made.
Good again.
No, you got 1 Charlie top left.
Ah, okay. There it is. It's probably, watching my sights, probably the 3rd shot, I think.
That's crazy that you're able to like, oh, yep, that 3rd shot.
Yeah.
I guess when you've been doing
Just
it.
gotta be self-diagnosis. It's hard to.
When you do it for 25
When you do it for
years
years and years, you'll kind of know which shot you pulled off.
Our pro amateur, you ready?
Ready, boss?
Stand by.
Trigger freeze with some high Charlies on there.
297, best split was 19. What do we got?
Threw 2 a little bit high, but the rest are going to be stacked in here right now. We're definitely going to pick up the pace.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Went a little bit higher, but we're definitely going to pick up the speed on this next one. Damn, got to reload already.
Bye.
You got to respect that 45 recoil a little bit. Put some respect on that bad boy. So still throwing them high, breaking that shot
You're breaking his neck, dog.
Oh yeah, all in that neck. Pause. What was the time on that? Was it the same?
270.
270? I didn't lie. I did say it was gonna be faster.
All right, third and final. Here we go. For those wondering about the holster we're using, QVO Tactical secondary OWB holster. This is for a 5-inch 1911 with a Surefire X300, and it's got our cool tiger stripe desert fabric overlay. Landon's rocking it here with the belt setup using a QLS fork, and my plug is done. You ready?
Let's make it happen.
Stand by. Woo! 2.22, man.
2.22.
16. That was blazing.
That was faster. Got this guy here, and none high. So, oh, sneaky. Potentially from the last. You know, let's just assume they all went alphas. Actually, let's just assume. Yeah, yeah, one hit. I only got to hit the guy one time, and it's over.
This little part of the 45 was like hitting him. With
Yeah. If it was a 9, I would have missed. With 45, I nicked an artery right here, obviously. Yeah.
Good run though, 222.
Yeah, not bad, man. Starting to get used to that recoil impulse.
Back at the 50 now, guys. We're gonna see if we can hit some mini A-zone steel with the iron sights on this Kimber Desert Warrior. Here we go. So 2 out of 10. Definitely a little more difficult with the irons. I am seeing that I had to aim a little bit low.
Okay.
So when you guys get up here and try, Marco's up now, 50 yards out. Go for it, bud.
Yeah, hold the sight low on it. Should hit it.
So we're tied at 2. We're tied at 2.
They're on me. The misses are on me, boys.
All right, Landon, all you got to beat is 2 out of 10. Hey! Landon got 3.
Was that 3? All right.
Nice.
That's all I was aiming for. Not
50
bad.
yards out.
Definitely more difficult with these thicker, like, defensive sights covering up the whole target.
Right.
But yeah, once you know where to hold and you don't like yank the trigger like I did a couple of shots, they're gonna go right there, you know? Definitely doable though.
So with the Kimber Desert Warrior having a threaded barrel, we figured let's put on a 45 can. This is one of my favorites from our friends over at Griffin Armament. It's the REV45. You've actually seen it in some previous videos, the Kimber Repeat Heat to be exact, which we'll talk about at the end of this video. But we're gonna shoot some bill drills using this SG Shooters Global Timer. It should pick up these suppressed shots, and then we'll also talk about the holster here after that. Here we go, stand by. There we go. Shot a little high. I got 2 alpha. And let's see. 269. Best foot was a 0.2. So 1 alpha here, 1 alpha here. Charlie, 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 Charlie. So I'm definitely liking this. So boom, boom, and then 3 in the neck or upper chest. 1 on the side over there. Defensively, I would take those hits all day long. I definitely could see this as a gun that I have set up in my house, you know, in this exact configuration, being suppressed. 230 grains, pretty much subsonic, right? Yep. Like, I'm probably gonna take my ear pro out for this next run because I barely hear it with my ear pro in. For those wondering about the holster, go ahead and pan down here. This is our QVO Tactical Secondary SD. As you guys see, it keeps the suppressor off of my leg, and it has a top portion that keeps retention. So when I come down, I give it a little twist, it pops out, and the retention for this setup is based on the weapon light, the Surefire X300. We do make a variant where you don't have to have a weapon light and you can just run the gun. But for those wondering, yeah, QVO Tactical Secondary SD holster. And again, hooks up to the Safariland QLS. You guys can see here, you can take it off, boom. I can hand over to Marco so he can run a drill now. He puts it right on, and we're good to go.
Yep.
Here we go, stand. .248, best foot was an 18.
Woo! 2 out. Ah, 1 out.
That suppressor tamed the crap out of that recoil.
Yeah, it does. It's like it's a compensator for gentlemen. That's what that is.
I mean, that's even a line breaker, dude.
Yeah, it still made it.
So 5 Alpha, 1 Charlie, and 248 suppressed.
Shoots pretty good with that can. I like it.
We got Landon up now. For those wondering though, we are using the SG Shooters Global shot timer. This is how you're seeing all of this stuff overlaid on the screen. The timer actually syncs up with your phone and lets you record, so you can actually have all your split times and everything recorded. If you guys want to pick one up, please use our link down below in the description of the video, because we make a small commission off of every sale. With that being said, here you go, Landon. Bye.
Went burst fire on that one, but we got one, two, maybe doubled up in there, 4, 5, and 6.
Those are good
Up
hits,
into
man.
the, yeah, not bad. Time was
297.
297. Not bad shooting suppressed, just
We'll
a
have to
little
look
bit.
back. I'm not sure if it was 5 or 6 though. I think it was 6. I thought I heard 6.
It was slow enough where it should have been 6, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to the slowest pace possible. It's a different recoil impulse, but the can is definitely quiet. And that Ammo Inc. ammunition is definitely the ammo I want to run in this gun if I'm trying to shoot without ears on.
One thing I want to go over before we get a bunch of questions in the comment section are the hoodies that Marco and I are wearing. We recently just released these here at Kivio Tactical. They are UPF 50 plus hoodies, guys. So the material is going to be UV protectant. So it's anti-UV, it's antimicrobial, and it's moisture wickening. Just think of it as like a hoodie for the summer. You'll commonly see these being made for like fishing shirts or guys that work construction or landscaping. I've seen them wear it out here in the Vegas sun. But it keeps you cool, keeps the sun off your skin so you're not getting sunburnt like us. It does come with an actual hoodie that comes up over. And right now it's getting warm for us here. It's a little bit windy, but when you start to sweat, the wind comes through and just kind of cools you down. Again, we did design these up in a couple camo patterns. We got Desert Night camo that Marco's wearing here. I have the chocolate chip camo pattern. Designed these up in Illustrator, sent them out to our manufacturer, had them made. They're on our website for sale. They're only 35 bucks, guys. You'll see other brands that have different UPF style shirts that are going for like 70, 80 bucks. I wanted to make sure these were affordable for you guys. So 35 bucks get you one of these. I did have them put in an integrated pocket, just like a hoodie would have. Me personally, I like a pocket. The other ones that I have don't have pockets. So those are wondering, it's on our website, KivioTactical.com. We have other patterns coming, but for right now, it's the green Desert Night camo and the chocolate chip camo. Thanks for the support, guys.
So we got the Kimber Desert Warrior trigger breakdown. So take up and slack is very easy right there. It's very minimal. So right there's the wall, break, resets quick. 1911, of course. Let's go 2 shots. Really easy to do with these guns. Slack up, break, slack, break, slack, break. Easy money with these guns. They did a good job. Feels like about 3.5 pounds.
Before we hop off the range, Marco, Landon, please give our audience your final thoughts on the Kimber Desert Warrior.
So it's a great gun. It was a custom 2 series from the Kimber line. It was actually built for the MARSOC guys of the Marine Corps under their specific contract. It's one of the first like tan, cool kind of guns they came out with back in the day. 45, of course, all that stopping power. Trying to make it 3 World Wars probably soon, but gun shoots good. It's a 45 1911, guys. It's money. It's especially suppressed. It's really quiet, but it came out early 2000s for their contract. Essentially, they wanted a gun for their special units, MARSOC units. It shoots smooth. Can't complain at all. It's one of the best guns Kimber ever made. So.
This was all new to me. I had no idea
He's
this
too
gun.
young.
Yeah. I think that's a factor, but didn't know this gun existed. Apparently, there's a lot of history behind it, which is always cool. 1911s are historic firearms. 2 World Wars, maybe a 3rd, who knows? People want to find out, they can. But this Kimber actually shot really good. Super accurate gun. If it's one of the first ones made for like actually like war fighters and
actual
stuff.
contract gun.
1913 rail on 1911s. I feel like that's mandatory this year, but Kimber was doing it and maybe some other manufacturers around that time. So
it's one of the first.
yeah,
Sure.
Lights are mandatory. You got to see what's going on in the nighttime. this gun does need an optics cut. I've been shooting way too many optics with Roger, so it's gonna need a dot eventually. I don't know if he'll do it, but overall, super reliable gun. And today we're running Ammo Inc.
45. It's
yeah,
like
they're
750 feet per second, so well under subsonic.
Yeah, low and slow. 45 230 grain ball is like naturally subsonic, but Ammo Inc. went ahead and bumped it down a little bit on the powder charge, and it was, I mean, no ears required, honestly, like no ringing. Shot really well suppressed, but never heard of it before, but I'm happy to hear about it now. It's a pretty sweet piece.
Now for my final thoughts before we finish up here in the video. I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys. The gun shot great. This is one of the 1911s that I've always wanted in my collection. I remember when this came out in the early 2000s, like I said earlier, being one of the first, you know, FDE or tan 1911s, I definitely wanted to get in my collection. It shot well here on the range. We're 300 to 400 rounds in, not a single malfunction, so definitely pleased with those results. To what Landon had mentioned about the optic cut, if you haven't seen our repeat heat video, earlier in this video I mentioned the repeat heat. It's honestly, it feels very similar to this, just with an optic cut. So if you liked everything about this gun and you want to pick one up but you wish you had an optic cut, definitely check out that video and check out the repeat heat from Kimber, because that's going to be the way you want to go. Threaded barrel, 5-inch 1911, very, very similar, if not the same to this, just black and red over being FDE and with an optic cut. Definitely like that gun as well. So shooting this thing suppressed, 230 grain 45, you don't need ears, it's awesome. I like it for home defense for sure. I also like that it was very consistent and reliable suppressed, so that's definitely a huge plus there. But we appreciate you guys watching. For all of those that, you know, check out this last portion, guys, the holster we were using again, QVO Tactical secondary on the waistband holster. We have the SD version of that holster for when we shot it suppressed. The QVO thumb clip is what we're using on the side of the X300. That's what's allowing us to just really control that recoil and mitigate it more down in a downward motion. But yeah, check out those products, QVOtactical.com. We appreciate all the support, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, we'll see you in the next one.